Woohoo! Here we are. Hi, everybody, and welcome to another Learn to Digitize video. Kind of. It's actually a chat with Sue and Don, or Don and Sue, and ask us any hatch/embroidery questions that you may have. That's why we're doing this live stuff. OML Live. I gotta figure out a cool way of saying that. So, welcome everybody, and I'm glad everyone's watching. Today, we're going to talk about monogramming and the cool monogramming module on Hatch. And I think a lot of people know about monogramming, but I don't know if they understand the value. Now, if you don't have a Hatch digitizer, you might not have access to all of these things that I'm doing. And if you don't have Hatch, then you also might not have access to all these things, but you can find a way to do it. So that's why I'm telling people just watch the show, come and join us on YouTube, and you have to be on YouTube to be able to chat with us. Now you're chatting with Don, and Don's going to relay questions to me. So feel free to ask. He's there. His job is to answer you guys. So even if you're not using Hatch, you can still do monograms. Most programs have a monogramming part. Actually, there's some programs that are simply monograms. That's how popular they are. But I'm going to show you a few things on Hatch that are actually really cool and a few different ways of doing it. And then we're going to do monograms that aren't monograms because the styling of it is just cool. And my name is, what everyone calls me anyways, is Sue, and it's 3 letters. So I often do my name in monogram style, and I really like it. All right, so before we get started on doing the monogramming, which is over here, lettering, monogramming, anyone we're saying hi to? Why do you have that screen up?
Everybody's worth saying hi to. I'm alright. I got it going.
Sorry, technical difficulties. This is live, so I can't edit out Dawn. So, no editing, Dawn.
I didn't say anything until you interrupted
Well,
me.
I'm looking over and you're looking at the screen 5 minutes ago.
No, I'm looking at this one live and this one. I'm comparing the two. I'm doing my job.
Oh, boy. All right, so any questions?
No, just people saying hi. Sonia, Suzanne.
Oh, Sonia and Suzanne.
Kathy.
Hi, guys. Yay, Kathy. Karen? Where's Karen?
She's working on it. She said she'd be here shortly.
Oh, okay. Well, we asked Karen for some help to put some instructions on Facebook. So thank you, Karen, for doing that. We kind of ran out of time because, as we said, this is, live. So there's no editing. So we forgot to do it. So, all right. So monogramming. So there are certain rules with monogramming, and you can look them up on the internet. I know there's a website that lays out the monogramming rule, how you're supposed to do it. There's classic style where you put the last name as the biggest letter in the middle and 2 initials, and then there's ways of doing it when you're married. There's certain ways of doing it when you have 4 letters, because some people have 2 middle names and 2 last names. I'm not going to go around all that. There's tons of information. We're going to play with the monogramming here in Hatch. So let's click on monogramming, and I'm going to show you guys a couple cool things. The first cool thing that stands out are all these built-in ones. They are already created for you in a certain style, and the letters are all done and everything, and I think it's awesome. This, by the way, style 5 right here, that's probably my favorite one. I don't know why I like it, but I just think it's really cool. So, oops, I'm going to delete that because I didn't actually want that up. So, straight up you have pre-done ones, and all the lettering is set up. And if you go up here, some of them have ornaments. So, let's look at the monogram. Now, when you're doing it this way, it's all one piece. They're grouped, but you can't ungroup them. If you look up at the top, you can't ungroup them. Let's pull out our resequence, and you see this over here and all the blue, they're all together. You can break them down so you can do each part separately, but we don't want to do that yet. If you want to go in and change one thing, like I want the outside instead of this horrible orange color, you hold down the Alt key and click. And it didn't work, but it's supposed to. Anyways, I don't really want to. No. Stop doing it. Okay, well, it doesn't work, but that's how you're supposed to do it. Personally, I'm going to change all the colors after I break it down. So it's all one piece and it's all done. Now, this is the border, the outside, and these little things are ornaments. And how you set them up is really cool. But for this one, okay, of course, we're doing it pre-done. So then you can click, you go to letters, the letters tabs, it's designs, letters, ornaments, borders. And I don't want ABC, I want OML. And it resizes everything. Now, this didn't do the greatest job of resizing it, but that's okay. I think it's probably too big anyways, because if you look, my satin stitches started to split a little bit, so it was a little bit big, 2.5 by 2.5 kind of. So yeah, you don't want huge monograms. So you can play around with stuff. We're just going to use this one as an example. So I changed the letters. You can even go forth and you can change the style. You have to select it, the style too. And if you notice, everything like the border changes. For some reason, the ornaments aren't changing size, but that's okay. We're just going to play around. So you can still hold the border and change it from what it has here. So that's the lettering. You can also here, if you look, you can of course change the font. My computer's slow. You can change the font to whatever you want. Actually, that one's kind of groovy. Futura, can we change? Yeah, slow computer, come on. Jeez. You can go down to advanced and you can do a whole bunch more things. You have to be clicked on it for everything to show up. You can change, now this is just for the lettering. So you could change the width of it. Look, click, click. If you notice, the border's going with it. So that's the beauty of everything. And notice too, these two reset. I think it was less hatch, more my computer. You can change the slant. You can change the spacing. I'm not sure if I like them overlapping quite that much, although it is the style. So I would simply pick a different style. There we go, and that you see you don't have to mess around with any of it. You can change the angle, you can change the baseline angle. So the baseline angle is this. It's a line that your lettering is based on. So you can change that too. So the angle's minus 30, you can change it. And line spacing if you have more than one line. Because, as you'll see as we go along, monogramming isn't just for letters and initials. You can do a lot with it. So, all right, we're good on that. It's kind of cool. And let's go to ornaments. And it's really cool how the ornaments work. It looks kind of confusing, and it actually took me a minute or two to sort it out. But then once I figured it out, I was like, wow, that's really cool. It really makes it a lot easier to do. So it looks like there's a lot of things going on here. But if you take it from the top and work your way down, I think it'll work out quite easily. Now, I think you can have 10 different ornaments at the same time in your monogram. And I think for the borders you can do 4, but I'll show you that after. So we're going to leave these and we're just going to play around. So what you do is, this is the one that are here, this ornament, and it's one ornament and it's flipped. So let's add another one, and we're going to do it from motif. And you get into monogram ornaments. Now I always like to make mine true view, so I can see exactly what I want. You can see what's thin and what's thick and what's satin stitches. And there are so many to pick from. That is super pretty. So is that. We might pick that one. But let's go down, look at them all. You can just kind of see the things you can do with these swirlies and some letters or a word. Again, you don't have to do a monogram with monogram. Is that the cat trying to get in our room here? Get out of my studio, cat. You don't have to do just letters. Look, there's a cute paw print. This would be neat. You can do words, you can do slogans, logos, subway art. Look at the bows as ornaments. Oh my goodness. This is a redwork butterfly. I spotted this one and I thought that was awesome. But look at the flowers. And this all comes built in. Look at the swirlies. Look at this. I think logos when I look at that sort of thing. They're beautiful satin stitches. This looks like a wing, two wings. Oh, it's so pretty. All right, I'm almost done gushing over these cute little designs. I don't like these ones at the end quite as much, but you can see how awesome they'd look.
Nobody gets to see your pop-up.
Oh, crap. Even in the select?
Yeah, it's not up.
Oh,
I'm not seeing it.
okay, that's...
Sorry.
Well,
We're gonna have to figure that one out.
half of the thing was showing the people. Is there a setting we can change on it? Because I just spent 5 minutes going through it. All right, let me pick one. We didn't realize that it doesn't show a pop-up.
We can
even
try
though...
something. Sorry.
What? Stop jumping.
We can try something if you want.
Okay.
You pause it for a minute and then we'll...
Well, all right. All right, we'll be just back. Let us figure this out because half of this is pop-up. So everyone hold on. Don't go away. All right, let's see if that works. Is that looking better? Better?
Just a second, I gotta wait. We're lagging a little bit, right? Yeah, we're good.
Okay, so let's do that again, which is a saying that you do all the time in embroidery and whatever. So I was going through, look at all these ornaments, and I was saying I put them on True View so you can actually see the running stitches versus the satin stitches and everything like that. And there's a lot. And what I was saying, I was pointing at this one saying, that's really super cute for, doing a dog anything or any, and these ones are beautiful. So subway art, look at all of them. They are amazing. Now it gets even better because you can pick one, and I'm not gonna, oh, that's so pretty. Those ones are so nice. I'm not gonna concentrate on how it looks. I'm gonna concentrate on showing you guys how it works as opposed to how it looks. These are amazing. So you need to flip through them and really look at them. And they're all specially designed for these. So let's pick, what can we pick? I did the paisley one and I thought, let's do that. So you click OK. And then you go over here and you can see the first motif. The first ornament is this one. The second one is what we're working on. And you can add up to 10. So then we go to placement. Now, does this pop-up show up now? Because it didn't used to.
I'm not sure yet. Keep going, I'll let you know because it
Okay.
takes a minute to come up.
Well, it's
Yes.
okay. So you can, I just want to make sure everyone can see. So these are all the different positions that you can do with just one click. So the one outlined in red is basically the base one, and every one will be based on every other one. So it's this way, and then this one will be reversed. So let's click on that and you can see what I mean. See how it's nicely reversed? That's cool. This one underneath, over and under, which of course we already have, but that's okay. Look, you can do 4 corners and it turns it. So even if you wanted to play around with some motifs, you can use this. I just think it's awesome that it flips them and it does everything for you. You don't even, well, it's kind of silly behind there. You don't even have to, have a monogram to be able to play around with this. I just think they're beautiful. And of course, once you get them down, you can move them around. So let's put it at one that we can at least see. So how about the 4 where it's flipped around? I just think that's so pretty.
Karen has a question.
Karen, all right.
Can we use the ornaments by themselves in just a normal design, or does it have to be the monogram?
You get them from the monogram, as far as I know. I didn't look into that. And to take them out of monogram mode, you have to use break apart. Because remember I said they're grouped, but they're not grouped. And I'm going to show you that after. You can break apart, because right now, say for example, the ornaments, they're all basically one piece. They move all together The whole thing actually, look, moves all together and it resets everything. If you don't want to do that, break apart, then you can resize each thing separately or recolor. But I don't want to do that until the end of the playing around, because then it won't work as a monogram, because I'm going to change like everything. So, yes, you can, but you just have to go about it a different way. Unless I'm wrong, but I think when you do the motifs, I don't think there is a drop down menu for monogram motifs. So,
I don't believe so.
I don't think so. I'll have to look, but good question. Thank you. But they are pretty, and there's so many of them. So let's see what else we can do here. I clicked on the advanced. Now this is really convenient like this. So check the desired positions. The first position is checked as the anchor ornament, which is the one I talked about before. And this one is up and down, so obviously it's these ones. And it is this one, the first one, because I'm clicked on it. Let's go to number 2, which are the paisley, cute paisley things. And if you want to add more, you just click them in. And look, it's turning them, it's doing everything. Let's do a whole bunch. So if you wanted to set up a frame like that, again, the monogramming thing is not just for monogramming. I can think of at least 100 million things to do with that. And there's different layouts. Duplicates. Mirrors. Awesome. Mirrors is what we had it on, I think. That's the one we had. So they're all kind of moved around. So then you can change the anchor ornament. Now remember, on this one, the anchor ornament is in position 1. So again, the whole thing looks really confusing. It isn't, though, if you take it step by step. So now I've added a whole bunch and changed it around. So the anchor ornament, which is the first one and which all these other ones are based on, you can move that around too. You can rotate it, you can mirror it, and look, everything changes. This up and down, everything changes to be, opposite, I guess, or whatever you're doing, depending on what you pick. Let's pick duplicates, and then I'll show you that. So you click on here, and they all change. And I think that's really cool, and I think I could probably spend a whole lot of time playing with it. Now the margin is how, do you see what I'm doing there? The margin is between them, how much space you want between them. So you could get basically, I don't know why you'd want it like that, but you could get it basically what you want, and then that saves you if you were to break apart and move them manually. I know all of these are exactly right. They're exactly right. Everybody can hear me okay, right? Yes? Yes, because Don's typing away. So that saves a couple of steps, and you can play around with it. So, and if you don't want to do any advanced, you just kind of close it up. But I'm thinking this right here with all the numbered layout and changing everything, and you can even change the anchor one. I'm thinking that's some serious embroidery fun right there. Serious embroidery fun. Okay, so let's leave this. It's a bit of a mess, but that's okay. Let's go to borders. Now it's the same thing. Again, it looks a little confusing, but we can have a lot of fun. Actually, what I want to do for ornaments, click on it. I'm going to take off number 2, even though it's so much fun. And you just go here to delete. I just want it clean because I'm going to show you a couple cool things with the borders. So the borders work exactly the same way as the ornaments, except for they're borders. They're not ornaments. So we go to add, which is really neat. So it just added a second one. I kind of think that looks cool. It almost looks like a perfectly split satin. You can change the offset. You can change the line type. So you can also change the fill type. Holy crap, there's a lot to change. So you can fill it. See what I just did? I clicked, and there we go. Look at that. I think that's really cool. And this is number 1 here, number 2. But I don't want to fill it, but you could. That's how you could quickly make, a filled shape design. So let's do line type. And so number 1 is the first one. Number 2 is that one. I guess we could change it. So let's go to change, and there's a few borders and borders too if you wanted to change it. So we can go through them and there's different shapes. So, I mean, something like this, 04, isn't really a monogram, but you could have fun playing with it. So tons of shapes, tons here too. We're going to go and play around with these more, but I just wanted to show you. But for now, let's go back here. So let's change this to what? What could we do? You're going to be surprised how groovy this looks. It's, see, right there, done. And if you want that out a little more, which I do, I'm just going to change the offset. And you know what? If you wanted another one, you just go add, and it's the same thing. And I'm going to change that to single run, or maybe a little bit more. How about triple run? I love bean stitches. And you can go to advanced again, and you can change some of these, and you can even go to properties, and that is going to bring up our familiar, because we've seen this before, object properties. So then it gives you so many more things to change. You can, it's the same as what we normally do. You can even do the calligraphy. What you giggling at?
Karen's misbehaving.
Well, I'm gonna allow it. I'm just gonna allow it. Okay, calligraphy doesn't look so good on that. But you see what I mean? You don't just have to have a single border. You can move everything around. Let's make sure I'm on number 3. And I'm gonna want this satin stretched out. You see, this is why I say don't break apart until you're done if you want to make any color changes or anything, because everything is moving together. When I'm stretching this out, the whole thing moved. But doesn't that look fantastic? I think it's really, really cool. And that was just from a built-in design, a built-in thing. So we can, again, change the lettering. How about we do something like this? Yeah, see, that looks classy. I love this. I might put a different ornament on the side. Why don't we try that? So let's grab from motif. Let's grab, what would we do? What do you think, Don, on the side? Maybe even a swirly.
The swirlies are nice.
I think they're really nice. Probably this one.
Yes.
And I think it should be, see, with all these pop-up things, we want it side to side. And that didn't come in quite right, and I don't know why. But that's okay. We're going to break apart now. We can move these guys. There. Well, that doesn't look great, but you can see how pretty it reverses them.
It looks good on the right.
Yeah, it's okay. It doesn't quite fit. I miscalculated. But that's why we play around with stuff, right? So let's take the whole thing, the whole entire thing, and break apart. And now all those blue things go away, and now you can change the colors. So it's not, again, it's not, we have to do another break apart. It's not going to act like, you know, you're in monogram mode anymore. But you can have more control of what you want to do. And I'm thinking it's pretty cool. So just like that, you can do a cool monogram, or you can do a design. What if you don't, if you just want the design, you can delete the lettering, and you could delete, you know, the outside if you wanted to. Now we can ungroup. So let's change the colors just to make it groovy. Orange, how about we make this one yellow? See how cool that is though? And now these guys are all grouped. I don't know if you want to ungroup them. They're pretty cool though. Alright, so far so good on monograms, and I just think it's fun. I think it's totally fun. So let's use the monogram part a little differently this time, because we're not actually going to make a monogram, or I guess we are, but it's just going to be a little bit different. So let's do me. Well, that looks weird. Yeah, you could change the letters around, I guess. It still wouldn't make any sense, but so I've got the letters going, and actually, you know what looks really cool, Don, is, oh no.
That looks good. Yeah.
It's almost a logo, straight up. It's almost a logo. So you can do, let's do just this one for now. I know that's boring, but let's go into some of the built-in stuff. And even if you're not using Hatch, although I don't know why you're not, because it's just awesome, But if you're not using Hatch, you will have different monogram fonts, and this is how you use them in a cool way. So I kind of like that one. There's another one that I really liked. I don't remember what it's called though. Monogram. Was it Monogram? I should have written it down, apparently. Point Monogram, I don't think it was that one. However, I'm going to guess it'll do. How are things over there, Don? Any questions?
No.
No?
Not yet.
No questions. Come on, question and answer period, people. It's got to be more than Karen that has a question. Hi, Karen, if I didn't say that. Hi, Karen. No, that is not what I was looking for. I guess I'll stick with point monogram because that's going to work. Octagon monogram. See, now that one's just simply cool. And you can go through and you can find them. I don't know why they don't call it like monogram octagon. I guess because it doesn't make sense. But I would look for monogram fonts under M for monogram. Seal monogram. I really like that one too. So we can, let's see. Actually, I think, hold on, let's delete that now that I know what I'm doing. Let's go into monogramming. And you don't have to use these, you don't have to use them. You can go straight, and we're still in the monogramming. So let's do this. Whoops. I almost typed a swear word. Oh no. No, I didn't. Everyone's so quiet.
No swear words.
I can pretty much do what I want. That one looks better. I like the circle. I like that shape. It's just I made it a bit big, so it's kind of wonky. But alright, we'll just kind of ignore that. So seal monogram. Oh, that's why, because it's Futura. I do not want Futura. My computer runs a bit slow, and I think the whole thing is a bit laggy, so that's why. So we don't want stencil. Point monogram, let's see. Yeah, that one's kind of groovy. That doesn't really bend up the way I wanted. But you can always move it around.
Is there any way to see all the fonts bigger?
I don't think so, no. It's pretty cool though. If you look at it, you can see the words. It's you get a good view of it because it's the name larger. That's the one I wanted. So that was seal monogram. You could always, I guess, take a screenshot and print it out if you needed to. But I personally, I like to try them all as I'm going along. Just exactly like what I'm showing you guys. Because then, if you think this one's going to look good, you might find this one is better. So until you know your fonts off by heart, which of course is going to take a long time, that's how I do, because there's a couple of them, and see, these two are pretty cool, and I like this one better. That's what I was looking for. But this is what you can do with this, because of the way my name is. It doesn't have to be initials. Nobody says. And I think that's really groovy to put on anything. It would take people a couple minutes to figure it out. So let's add some ornaments, why don't we? From motif, let's make this awesome, and they all come in. What are we going to do for this? But yeah, think outside the box. Absolutely think outside the box, because there's so much we can do. What will we pick? Flowery? Oh, not really flowery. Maybe something like this, top and bottom. I think I'll try that. So then we pick top and bottom. And obviously I have to make the soup part a little bigger. I didn't realize they were so big. But wow, isn't that cool? If you don't like it, just go in, change. It'll keep all of your settings and everything.
Another question.
Yes.
I've highlighted the font in the box and then scroll, and it does change the lettering to whichever font is highlighted. But is that the only way to do it in the lettering box?
Yep. Like this, how I'm doing it, yep, that's the only way of changing the font. There's no searching if they mean to search for it or anything, no. Is that what they mean?
Is that what you mean, Karen? Yeah, I think that's what
As far as I know, I could be wrong on that, but as far as I know, I personally find it completely enjoyable to do this and have them there that I can see and you get like a general idea of it. It's vast though, I gotta tell you. It comes with a lot of fonts, man. I love fonts. I'm very fonty. That is a new word I made up. So no grammar police. I just made it up. I'm aware. I'm very fonty, so I find it really enjoyable to go through it. But as far as I know, that's how you do it with any of the lettering that we do. So back to ornaments. I'm still kind of looking for one. We're gonna change this one because it's too big, or my little Sue is too little, or I just keep picking huge ones. What would we do? Just like this. This is a nice scroll box. Bows, butterflies. Oh well, we can make a Christmas Sue.
a Christmas suit.
I've stretched everything out. See, now I don't even like that. That looked good before, but I don't like it. So, yeah, now we're playing with ornaments, but that's okay. I just wanted something simple. Oh, I hope I don't get the hiccups. See, now that's okay, isn't it?
I like
That's kind of cute. I don't even mind the colors that it came in. And see, we've got all of our things. We can change it if we want. Now, the only thing that's changing is the ornament. Keep in mind. So I could have done that with the other ones. I just didn't like them. So that's why. Rotate, mirror. We don't want to bother with any of that. The margin would, see how it does it? If it comes in like this and it's too far away, you can bring it in to be exactly where you want. This isn't quite what I had in mind, but you guys can get the idea anyways. Now, I don't even want a border, so even just for my name like that, I am done. I am absolutely done. And what we're going to do is break apart the whole thing, and then you can do, so I need to ungroup then you can move stuff around if you want. Now, you can of course, do all this manually, but you don't really need to. I want to change, when do we change it to blue? Isn't that cool? And I guess it should be the same blue. And if you look down here where all the colors are, you see how some of them have, actually two of them on this one have a little square in the corner, in the right hand corner. It's pretty small. It's kind of hard to see. But that tells you in a quick glance what colors you've used in your design. So instead of going, did I use that blue or did I use that blue? You know exactly which one you've used. I use that all the time. I find that incredibly, incredibly handy. Any more questions, dear? How many people do we have watching today?
9.
Yay, 9 people. Awesome. Well, this is typography. And this is tons of fun for typography. And it's a way to use the program that, it may not be designed for, but I mean, it's designed to do anything. The other thing we could do with this, I just think these are so cute. We can rotate one of them quite easily. We could even do a corner. I guess this is probably not quite what I had in mind. Although, look at that. That looks way better, don't you think? Doesn't that look way better?
Cool.
I think that looks better. A little more of what I was looking for. And because we've done everything broken apart, now they're just regular objects. See, I think that looks really good. Really good. Let's move it back up here. Try to center it. How's that? Center it and press 0, and then we can really see what we're doing. So I think that's really cool. You can get a whole bunch of little mini designs out of the monogramming part of the software. So again, preset ones and tons of ideas here, and they already have the ornaments in. And if you look at one like this, they thought about it because they made, I'm just going to click on it so we can see what we're talking about. They made the bottom monogram different from the top one. So this bottom monogram or design ornament, I guess, fits in perfectly into the corner, and that's the one that got my attention. And I thought, I wonder if everybody knows how much stuff is in this monogram. If you just want, if you don't like the shield shape, you select it, you do break apart, and then you're gonna delete the shield shape.
Karen says she likes that.
Yeah, isn't that one? See, but I like it even better without the shield shape on it. I think it looks really good. The letters still act like letters. So you could do this. Whoops. How about I type with my hands properly on the keyboard? There we go. And then you can, because we're out of the mode, look at all the different ways of doing the lettering. So what would we pick? Not a round one. I would even pick something like that. Straight on top to match it and pull down. It's the font that sucks, so let's change the font. Even a college one, not an applique. It's way too small for an applique. You could even do something a little scripty. That looks like SVE, but that's okay. They don't all work. Kindergarten, yeah, I didn't think that would work. See, this is what I like to do. Now look, Karen, if you look here, and it's a bit small, but I usually have big screens. Instead of, because there's 3 letters, if you see, it has the word that I've typed in all the different fonts, even the true type ones. So you can really see, it's kind of a double outline, but you can get a pretty good idea before you even click on it. So you can see if it's a fancy one. I love all my fonts. I don't know them off by heart, but I can see, I remember this one. I quite like that one. That's what I'm looking for. How's that for a heck of a design? And that's not a monogram. That is just simply a design, because monograms are supposed to be initials. But there's so many cool little things, and this is pretty well done, this one. Look at how beautiful that is. So I bet you didn't know all that stuff was hidden. That looks like a crown on top of my name. If you had to do any name drops or something, look at that. I've just, whoops, I gotta move down. I've just made that so much better.
Can you set different colors for each letter?
Yeah, you can. And I think I did a class. No, I think I did a quick tip video on it. The way you have to do that, because yes, look, they come in one piece. You go over here to break apart. And now they're still letters, but now you can go in and set them separately in different colors. That's actually a different color. I just didn't pick a good one. So the way that works, let's do some lettering.
Thank you.
And we're going to do, it works further, so I got to show you the whole way. OML embroidery. So we've got 2 words. We've got 2 words right here. So what if you wanted the OML and the embroidery a different color? So you would click on it with your select button. You do break apart. Let's scroll down here. Now it's broken it apart into 2 words. Now if you wanted to change the letters, because now this is one piece, you go break apart again, and now you have access to each separate letter to change it. It still comes in as lettering, so it does everything. Now if you're on this one, and I don't know why you'd want to do it, if you wanted to change more colors, you can do break apart again, and it's going to break it apart to its satin elements, so you can move them or change them. I guess if you didn't like something, I don't know why you'd stitch it out like that, but there it is. So break apart is your friend. It's almost as good as reshape, but that's how you break apart. You can break apart monograms. I think I did a quick tip video on breaking apart monograms too, and lettering, and and applique.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome very much. You're welcome, you're welcome.
They're having a debate on whether you're Queen Sue or Princess Sue.
Oh, that's a heck of a debate. Thank you. And the decision is? I got to practice my wave either way, so let's see.
I overruled and said Queen Sue, and they said I was a smart man.
Well, happy wife, happy life, right? He knows what's good for him. Right?
I admit it, I'm
Queen
a ginger,
Sue.
but I can learn.
So does this... Yeah, don't believe him. So you can learn with a frying pan to your face.
I didn't tell him how I learned. That was a secret. I just
No.
said I could learn.
Shh. Bad Don. Shh. So is this my crown? Now I'm gonna have to design a crown. But see, hopefully, does everyone get what you can do? How you can use monograms for something that isn't a monogram? Because you could take this. I mean, we can do it. We know we go to layout and do everything. Um, but I think it's a lot easier going through monograms for some of them. If you wanted to set up a frame, or if you're just doing like a last name or something, it'll save you a ton of time. And there are so many monograms in there. There's so many ornaments. There's so many borders. I mean, wow. We could do one with a different border. I'm not liking my flowers there. But it's something. I actually had to do a monogram on a blanket today, and I got snooping in it, and I thought, wow, I could sit. Another reason why you could sit and play with Hatch all day, because it has so many little hidden gems like this. So, and it goes also with think outside the embroidery box. Just because it says monogramming doesn't mean you have to use it for monogramming. Personally, I've only done like 3 things monogrammed in my whole 15 years of embroidery, today being one of them. But I will use the monogramming part just to create pretty names and pretty designs like that. Or frames. You put 4 of those around a corner and do some flowers, or quilting. You could use it for quilting.
Yes. No questions.
Oh, I was taking a drink anyways, so I don't get all squeaky. These are the parts that I edit out of the classes and the quick tips. Sue takes a drink. Don lets the cat in.
Cat disappeared somewhere. I think he's hiding.
He doesn't like us. It's my room. It's my studio, and Cat doesn't like it. So, any questions about monogramming? Maybe what you could do, the people are here for this, is come up with something really cool, like what I did with my name before I changed the colors, with using a monogram ornament. So, what you could do is, maybe a frame or something like that, and let's put forth some ideas. This is my idea, Queen Sue, and this is also my idea, because I just happen to think my name looks really cool written like that. But come up with something just using the ornaments. So it's a monogram, but it's not a monogram. And post them in the group, and let's see what you guys can come up with. It's kind of a free thinking bit of homework and being a little creative, and you don't have to even put lettering in it or a design, or maybe take one of your homework designs, and the snowman dude would be really cool with some snowflakes or something around it. What are you chuckling at?
No questions. They're just getting lots of nice ideas.
Oh, well, good. Yeah, so this is what this is all about, you guys. But put forth your ideas in the group, because otherwise I don't think you're doing your homework, and I can't see it. And, I really like it. Don't you like to see homework? We love that all the time.
How would you optimize that? Is there any other way you can optimize and cut out machine trims and stuff?
They're pretty much going to be optimized. Remember, these are pre-done, right? So if you look over here in the part that I selected, they've got connectors. You do not need to optimize that. That's fantastic. You can't optimize it. You don't want a running stitch. It's going to have to be a jump stitch to this one. And the Sue is a different color. So no, don't even bother picking them apart. Look, it does one part. Let's ungroup it. That's the beauty of it's actually a really good question, because that's the beauty of these things. If you were to do this, it's going to take you a lot longer to optimize it. And look, it's perfect. It actually looks better, even better zoomed in. It's perfectly done on how it goes. So it already is optimized perfectly, and there's nothing you can do about top to bottom. Unless you're putting a frame on it, then you can run your stitches underneath where the frame's going and start it here. But I don't have a frame, so it's all done. That's the beauty. That's the beauty.
Awesome.
I heard you chuckling back there.
No, I'm not chuckling.
Oh, guffawing?
Maybe.
Guffaw is another. That goes with Fonty.
I get confused because there's a lag between real time and there's like 15-second delay or something on our recording.
Oh.
Our live feed.
Well, I'm the live
It
one, so that's
confuses
what
me.
you. He's easily confused. He's a ginger, and a man. What can I say? So hopefully, you guys, I'm gonna tee this up now. I want you guys to get in, and even if you don't have a monogram to do, because I would never personally put my initials on something. People think it's really groovy. However, I might put this on something, or a small word, or someone's last name. I've done that for a couple of friends. Split designs, you could split that up, you could do different things, but do something cool with the ornaments. And it won't take you very long, but you'll be checking out all the ornaments and how they are placed around, and come up with something and post it in the group. And I think we're going to have a ton of fun with that. So the group is, if you don't know, it's Embered, wow, Hatch.
Wow, shame.
I'm tired. Not shame. It's just another program. At least I didn't say DG15.
Well, true.
Yeah.
True.
Whew. Well, it's a good program, but no thanks. Join the Facebook group. I always tell people, subscribe to the channel. Join the Facebook group. We have a great bunch of people in the Facebook group. Everybody's so helpful. We have Karen, who is in Australia. So basically, it's covered. Dawn and I take care of the Facebook group during the day as much as possible. Remember, we do work full time. And then Karen's day starts when our day ends. And she is able, because she's a smart cookie, she handles a lot of the stuff at night. So it's a great group. It's a great bunch of people, a lot of ideas, lots of help. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I always say that at the end of my videos to let me know you want more videos just like this. We're hoping to build up a bigger turnout for when we're doing these things. But we're going to try again next Saturday. So hopefully everyone can join us again. Anything else, Dawn?
No. Make sure maybe for the people who didn't join us through Facebook, what's the name of the group?
Hatch Tips and Tricks. Didn't I say that?
I don't know if you did. I missed it.
Wow. I started off saying Embered. We all recall that faux pas. Yeah, Hatch Tips and Tricks. And you know what? You could actually say it out loud because they could hear you.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of asking me to say it, Hatch Tips and Tricks on Facebook. Join us. All right, so I am going to say goodnight.
I think we're good.
Happy digitizing to everyone, and show me what you can come up with. All right, until next time. And see you in the group.
Next time.
How do I do it? Quick.
Nope.